right, I think we are live. I had an error message come up, but everything looks fine now. So we'll see what happens. All right, guys, good morning. Welcome to the live stream where we first review the watch list, then we trade the market open every day. Hope everyone is ready to go and feeling good. It's Thursday, one of the hot days of the week, typically hot days. Don't want to be biased or anything like that. It's what day? It's the 9th of July. It's 9:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we've got another 14 minutes till the market opens at 9:30, and we'll wrap up trading typically around 11 to 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard. A little reminder for everyone, especially for those of you guys who are new here, this is for education and entertainment purposes only. My trades are very quick, and they're really not meant to be followed. I know some of you guys were asking about that yesterday. Always know why you are entering a stock. What are your targets? What's your thesis behind the trade? This community is really a place for us to help each other and learn from each other. And one last thing, please do not spam the chat or you will be kicked. But first, you'll be put on timeout. We had a little problem with that yesterday. All right, guys, let's get started here. Check the video description below for some FAQs, and let's dive into the watch list. Whew, I gotta get my stretching on here. It's freezing in here, and I'm like constantly shivering. I'm thinking about putting a sweater on, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I just need to get into a stock. That'll heat me up. I did 2 trades pre-market. Nothing good really. I lost $3 on DSS, and I made $6 on BGFV. So 2 scratches. We could review DSS first. This one was around 8 o'clock here, 7:58. We were seeing a big breakout here with big volume, and I was like, okay, starting to look good. I tried to buy the pullback here, but I missed the entry, so I was buying the move back to the upside. We got a full run here to 11.13, didn't work, and I closed out for a small loss. DSS is one of the lead gappers today, so let's just kind of talk about this one for a second here because it is looking pretty good. It has kind of been pulling back a lot though, but still holding its highs fairly well. DSS has a float of 1.5 million. That's really nice. U.S. specialty business services with it 80% gapping up pre-market, now pulling back around 20% of that. They have, what's this over here? They have positive coronavirus treatment results of the company they are acquiring. So the company they're acquiring actually has the good results. Kind of an interesting backwards catalyst. We don't always see that in that order, but yeah, kind of an interesting thing to see here. So let's quickly go through the checklist. How good is DSS? And let me quickly pull this one up. So it has a float under 50 and it has a float under 10. So let's give it kind of 2 points for that one. It has micro news. So news specific to the company, kind of, I guess we could say. That's kind of the weird part about it because it's the acquiring company or the company that they are acquiring. Acquisition target, I guess you can call it. That's what they call it. Let me just pull it up here. Target acquisition target sees positive results for coronavirus treatment. There it is. Let's click on that one. And I guess the macro trend with the coronavirus is pretty hot news. So let's kind of give it, those 2 right there. Does this one have a strong spike history and does it have room to run? So let's quickly look at that. We have some decent spikes. So yeah, there's definitely spike history. And does it have room to run? Well, right now it's at around 9.5. So, if we can get back above $10, I would definitely say it has big room to run. Let's see, 13. Yeah, I like the zones on this one. Fast rate of change. It's okay. So it had some pretty decent moves here. I mean, that's like 8%. This breakout here is 10%. I think it definitely has a fast rate of change. Ideally between $2 and $7, so it doesn't really fit that one. Overall markets are stable and it has healthy pre-market action as long as we don't pull back too much. So being a little bit cautious with the amount we're pulling back here. So I don't know. Right now, I almost want to make it lose a point for that, because it has been kind of very thickly traded now pre-market. So, but we might see another leg to the upside. A healthy consolidation is always normal. But, overall, this thing technically has 9 points. It's really, really lacking that kind of between $2 and $7, which it's kind of trolling back to right now. So DSS could be really good, has that float of 1.5 million. So this one has huge spike ability, 100%. And that's making me really excited about it. Let's go to DGFV, which is another kind of lead gapper here. This one also kind of started pulling back a little bit. We had a little pullback trade on this one, very similar actually to DSS. We got the pullback at an okay spot, and then I was looking for it to quickly move to the upside. We didn't really get that, and I quickly sold this one. Basically walked away with 2 cents a share. Overall, a scratch. Which was good because, it tried several more times to break out here. And what I always say, breakout or bailout. And after it, didn't make that breakout and pulled back like 11%. So overall, a lot of pullbacks, but we had a huge legs to the upside fairly early on in the day. So maybe after some consolidation, this is going to be a pretty hands-on open here. Maybe we're going to see some big moves right out of the gates. And we still have another 8 minutes till the market opens. So these are definitely the 2 tickers I'm looking at. DSS, has that lower float. BGFV has that bigger float, about 20 million float. They have good quarterly 2 results, U.S. special retail company. We'll see what we get out of it. I gave this one a 7 out of 10 in terms of lead gappers, my conviction behind it. So actually, I have much more conviction on DSS, mainly because of that low float. I am kind of weary on DSS though with the micro news. Somehow it's a bit weird. New haircut, yeah, more like a haircut accident. I was trying to give myself a little shave, and the setting again was like way too low on it. So I don't know. I'm still working on it. How was the fishing yesterday? Wow, ALT. Yeah, I remember ALT. That was quite the runner, huh? Yeah, so AIHS, really snuck up here with that catalyst coming up. I'm not too convinced on it, to be honest. The way AIHS has performed in the past, it seems to not hold the spikes very well at all. And I think this news is just to get people excited. So there could be maybe a bit more dilution or, people dumping shares. I'd be pretty cautious here on this one, guys, for sure. I don't think I'm going to be trading AIHS. I might be totally wrong. That's just my opinion. BGI was going to be a lead gapper today, but it's been selling off so much all day, so I kind of stopped looking at it. Pulling back over 40% from pre-market highs. Does have a nice 4 million float though. Did have pre-market high of 200%. Canadian luxury company with increased sales, but overall I don't really like the way this one's behaving. Could have a nice move though. Maybe you're at 1.2, could see some support. I'd probably consider doing a little dip buy on this one for sure. And I'll set up a little order on this one. Maybe we could get a quick little snag on it. I usually don't have limit orders in place, but I do like BGI for a potential quick pullback. So I'll keep a close eye on this one on a different screen. 6 hours forward from the States, or from Eastern Standard Time. So right now it's like 3:26. Market opens at 3:30 my time p.m. So 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, 3 o'clock. I mean, 3 more minutes, 3.5 minutes here till the market opens. Embrace yourselves. So I'm closely watching BGFV for anyone tuning in right now, and DSS the closest. Got another 2 minutes here till the market opens. I always like to take smaller size out of the gates. That way I can't really trip over myself too hard on the first trade when usually the market's a little bit more shaky. BGFV is ferociously pulling back right now. Watch out, there could be an offering on this one. Huge pullback, BGFV. Morning, Corey. Got another 1.5 minutes here till the market opens. Aggressive pullback. This is why we're not blindly holding stocks, guys. We're only trading momentum here. 21% pullback so far. All right, guys. Market's going to open 30 seconds here. Market's up a little bit, 0.2%. Should be a little bit of a green open out of the gates. BGFV bouncing here a little bit. Probably a big chance we're going to see some red to green moves. Let's make sure everyone's got the order set up. Good luck, everyone. Here we go. DSS, BGFV both pulling back. BGI, big red to green move right now. %5 on DSS in that candle. DSS still pulling back here. Could see a break of 9. Nine possibly breaking here. So far it's holding. Could be a bounce zone. Possible second dip under 9 or possible first dip. One entry so far. Red to green move, potential breakout here. Looking for a break blast. 9-minute EMA on DSS. Looking for a break here. Can we break the 30? Sold this position. I think we might still see a break, but I'm just taking some caution here off the table, some risk. It's been pulling back quite a bit. BGI, I removed my limit order on this one. Didn't get the entry I wanted. Here we go. DSS could be breaking the 9-minute. Nine 9.3 is the zone I want to see this break. Closing my DGI screen. Not going to keep watching 3 stocks right now. I'd rather just watch 2. My trades should pop up on the chart at one point. This looks like it's going to break out the 9-minute EMA. It looks pretty healthy. I want to see some stronger follow through. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not jumping on it just yet. Here we go. This could be it. My charts will update to show the trades in a little bit. I'm not sure why they're not showing yet. Just sometimes TOS is a little bit slow here. 9.18. This could be the break. 20, 22, 25. This is it. EMA cracking. We got to break above 9.5. This looks good. Looking for a quick entry here on this pullback. Didn't get the follow through here, kind of stumbling a little bit. I'm going to give DSS a little bit of time. Entered at 46, sold at 36 on that second trade, so lost a little bit of money on that. I like the fact that we were breaking higher here. I was trying to buy the breakout on it, kept pulling back, gave back a bit of my profit from the first trade. I'm gonna let this one sit a little bit. I would have liked to see quicker resolution. Either there's some big sellers in here or it's just a little bit slower of a ticker. So either way, let's give it a little bit of time. Let's wait for a 5-minute setup. We are still red on the day, so this could be a red to green move. Can we break this 55 zone? Yep, there we go. So it looks like I was a little bit too quick to close this trade. Usually you get really fast resolution though in the first 5-10 minutes of the market open. Things don't take very long. That's what made me a little bit nervous here on this one. So I'm totally fine kind of sitting on the sidelines right now. What happened, Tristan? AIHS. AIHS is pulling back quite a bit. I was a little nervous with this one. So DSS is 100% the lead gapper on the day, biggest volume. AIHS, had that pullback that we were talking about. A lot of times these stocks, long history tends to repeat itself, and the way AIHS has been long-term chart made me not even want to look at it. Could have a bounce here off the 189 though. Oh man, sorry to hear, Tristan. It's really never fun. I'm there all the time when that stuff happens. BGFV has been selling off quite a bit here. One AP Pro going crazy. NKLA, I'm not sure if we're even going to look at NKLA. Maybe later today when we have a bit more time. BGFV breaking the 9-minute EMA. Markets are red except NASDAQ. Bitcoin's been at like 9,400 forever, I feel like. BGFV might be getting some volume in it for the first time. Could have a red to green move any moment here. Putting alerts on DSS in case it starts cracking. BGFV is trying to break higher after a really strong sell-off from pre-market highs, 30%. BGFV possibly breaking out here. BGFV having a move. 9-minute exponential moving average. That's the one I'm using. How you go? Don't worry, Tristan, you'll be back on the horse soon enough. Remember my April and May? It was like 2 months of scratches. It was the most frustrating 2 months. It happens to all of us. BGFV also pulling back. Man, it's a bit of a tricky open here for sure. Wow, I just bit my cheek. $307 has some buyers on it. $308. Really wondering, BGFV, is it going to start breaking higher here? If it's above the 9-minute, I might actually jump on it. I'm not sure though. It's a weird setup. Not liking this setup. It's not my favorite. BGFV is still pulling back. Not that much selling volume though. Good quarterly results. 20 million float. I don't see this thing really cracking too hard. $943. A lot of consolidating here across the board. I got DSS kind of squared in here with 2 alerts, depending on if it's going to break to the downside or maybe have a continuation. I think we could have a pretty hot morning, maybe like a late morning. $945. DSS and BGFV are both consolidating. DSS wants to break over 10. BGFV 350 is kind of an important zone. 340. DSS breaking lower. It's not a great sign. Bigger support at 833 roughly. Nice, Edwin. That's so weird, Heiko. That's really weird that you're having issues with TOS. Might be worth like reinstalling or something. What you're describing yesterday. Yeah, BGI is running a little bit here. Trying to crack higher. Looking good. I have an alert on BGI if we start breaking higher. I'm going to move it down a little bit. Looks like this might be a solid breakout though. Yep, same here, Corey. Here we go, BGI breaking out. BGI was up on sales with a 4 million float. Just pulled back very aggressively pre-market. $9.47. I'll be right back. Whew, my smoothie was knocking. I'm surprised that BGI is really the one popping so much right now. $9.49, guys. We might be having some reversals at one point. Nice move so far on BGI, 40%. Really, really solid. I was right on my dip, but I was too conservative on my order at 121. VUZI halted on partnership of Verizon. Oh yeah, that's big. Oh man, TA, sorry to hear. Yeah, AIHS I think is a really sketchy one right now. Possible double bottom on BGFV. Oh, might crack. Yeah, wow, look at that VUZI, just huge. 12%. Double bottom show right here. See how we have support here? We got one crack and a second crack. This was a double bottom. This could even be a triple bottom at this point. I'm going to keep watching BGFV very closely. BGI looking pretty good. I was a little bit too focused on possibly trading some other stuff, but BGI is looking pretty sweet. BGFV might crack here at 296. BGFV moving higher. BGFV possible breakout. Entry on BGFV. At 308. Small position size. Just had another fill on BGFV. Don't want to see this breakdown anymore. Decent support, but it could crack at any moment. Sold this one, stopped out at 299. A little bit unfortunate. Was hoping we'd get a crack to the upside. Maybe we will. Still watching it. Was past my risk level. That was a long trade for me. I usually don't hold the trades that long. So let's see what happens here. Took about a 10 cents a share loss on it, 9 cents a share loss on it. BGFV. Still breaking. This could start selling off here. Boom. Looks like it's cracking. Watch out. 293. Still pulling back. Yeah, I thought we were going to have a bigger move there. Like I say, breakout or bailout. This one was slow. I said if it breaks 3, that's where I had my stop. I got stopped out. It is what it is. Bigger position size on that final stop. Actually, not that big. Yeah, it's like only 1,500. Super true, David. Super, super true. Thanks, Tristan. I know you'll come back stronger than ever. We all have our rough patches, man. Yeah, I mean, that's true, Corey. Whew, we had a pretty hot day yesterday and the day before that. So sometimes, yeah, it's really everything's selling off so much right now. But sometimes when things start selling off and we have a really weak open, sometimes we get a really nice late morning. So that's what I'm keeping my eyes on for. BGFV, I go, BGFV got both of us. Dang. No, I don't really short too much. Although I would like to start shorting a little bit more. But I would need to upgrade my account at TOS to a hard to borrow account, or Heiko told me how to do it once. But you need like 100K minimum in the account, and then you get the shares. David. Yeah, so slippery day for me so far. DSS still pulling back. Everything's just kind of pulling back. We had 2 trades on DSS. Yeah, a lot of small caps are, but TOS gives you them a bit more available if you got a count over 100K. Otherwise, like any other stock, like I don't know, Tesla or Apple, any large cap, you can short readily. Jeffrey, shorting is when you sell a stock first, and then you cover it back, and it's called covering when you buy it back and you pocket the difference. VBIV, red to green. Yeah, good call out. Yeah, David, good way to sum it up. You're making money if a stock goes down. VBIV looks more of like a swing trade opportunity, just the way it's, it's kind of slow intraday. This is like probably one of the bigger moves it's had some nice moves overall. AIHS, Corey's coming in hot on AIHS. Are you looking for a reversal on this one, a bounce or something like that? Man, this one just looked like bad news out of the gates. It did have a nice bounce here at 1.8. This was about a 7-8% move, not too shabby. I was a little bit disappointed pre-market already before the market opened because everything, all the lead gappers were pulling back a lot. And I was like, uh-oh, not what I like to see. Dr. Mustafa, I'm using a TOS scanner. I actually have the link to my TOS scanner. It's totally free. You can import it. It's in the video description below. Yeah, BGI definitely out of the gate was the winner. I wish we got that fill on it. That would have been a beautiful fill. I'm a little bit nervous about this one too. Past performance on it hasn't been too hot. Really, I think the one time I would have liked to trade this one is after this breakout and this quick pullback here. I don't know. I kind of let it slide through my fingers. I was a little too focused on BGFV. I kind of picked BGFV because that was really the lead gapper. One of the lead gappers. I pretty decent conviction behind it, but yeah, didn't get the follow through, unfortunately. Yeah, shorting can be very dangerous. If you don't cover your short, you can very quickly lose much more than going long. Because sometimes we get these stocks that get halted and, you know, they're going up 700% in a day. The most a stock will ever go down is like in a day, like 70%. We rarely see something past that. At most, you lose all your investment. But it's much harder for a stock to go 100% down than 100% up. Oh, Jeffrey, I feel you, man. Oh yeah, for sure. There's so many short sellers on Tesla. I actually know one of them. I went to their house and they had like this whole entire short shrine. It was insane. It was really, really funny. Heiko remembers that. Shorts can be good, David. Think about it. They give us nice short squeezes, and we can ride the momentum to the upside, make them squeeze out even harder. Man, it is just not the heat I wanted to see. Mm-hmm. Yep. The squeeze. I love that term. Like I always picture like when you squeeze like a towel or something and just squeezing the short sellers out. Here we go. DSS looking like it's gonna break the 9-minute. 855 trying to break out. Let's see if we can get this breakout entry. Looking for a continuation here. Long DSS at 855. Closed this one, took like basically a scratch on it. I didn't like that it was such a slow break. Ah, here it goes. Or not, I don't know. Very slow break. I also bought the breakout very aggressively. It's just, we're not getting follow through today. We're not getting resolution, and I don't want to get stuck in a flash crash to the downside on a stock with no volume. So I don't know, DSS, here we go. Let's see. Small, basically just a scratch on this one. No whalers on BGFV. I guess not. Honestly, there's some of Heiko's lead weights on it. That's for sure. ALT, I'll give it a quick look. Not too bad. 38% move so far, pretty nice. A little bit out of the ideal price range. Government funding efforts for its coronavirus vaccine candidate. Yeah, it's pretty big. Nice move so far on DSS, I mean ALT. Let's go back to DSS, just kind of watch this one, our lead gapper on the day. Could be breaking higher here. Maybe I just got out too early. Didn't get the resolution I wanted. Here we go, possible break past 8.7. Ooh, BGFV still pulling back. Ay, 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 ay. This is why you want to cut your losses, guys. You know, as much as it was painful taking that loss on BGFV, taking our 3% or 2 to 3% loss on this one, you know, it's down now 12, 13%. So we'd be basically down an extra 10% on this one. I'm going to give the markets a little bit of time here. You know, we might start seeing some resolution closer to 11 o'clock. A lot of stuff is pulling back, which often means I start seeing something start ripping at one point. Like, I don't know, 10:30, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. And if by then we don't get anything, I don't know. Then probably there's going to be a huge afternoon runner or something. There's usually always something running, especially on a Thursday. I wish we had it at Ripsky. Let's go back to BGI. Yeah, it's big support here at 67 for sure. Big question, are we going to hold this area? I'm a little skeptical. I'm going to put alert here, see if we start breaking higher. AFH, sub-dollar stock. Typically don't like trading these, but this one is kind of making some pretty okay moves here. ATLAS. Have a partnership deal. I don't know, small caps intraday on RSI is not my go-to, because if it's at 70, it could still go to 80. If it's at 80, it could easily go to 90. If it's at 90, it could go to 91, 92, 93. Like, it's very hard to read it, I find. Wow, big sellers on BGFV just flashed. Whoo, huge order actually. I think BGFV may be gonzo. Yeah, stock breaks out when it's, breaking past resistance. You can see here, this one, AFH, is trending higher. We're above the 9-minute EMA. We're above VWAP. We keep breaking out, pulling back, and then it's getting more aggressive right here in this area. Breakout, 1-minute pullback, and then just constant moves up higher here. This is typically what we're looking for. We're just not really getting it today. Big resistance in this area for AFH. Yeah, DSS is definitely trying to find some support. This has been a wicked pullback though from the highs. 86% move. Typically, I don't want to really be trading these tickers or breakouts or anything unless we're above VWAP. Otherwise, we're still trending to the downside. So if I bought, I think DSS, I would probably buy it on a very conservative pullback or dip. Yeah, for sure. XHops, I actually have a whole foundation series. It's like halfway done. In the first video description below, the first link /connect to get you caught up to speed. But yes, in essence, we are looking for stocks breaking higher, buying pullbacks, buying red to green moves. Even buying the breakout, it's not really my favorite way to trade. Some people are good at it. It's not my forte though. Yeah, yesterday was a hot day. Honestly, if you check out the live stream from yesterday, in the first pinned comment below, you can see all the timestamps of all the trades that we did. So you can just watch them, and then you kind of get the whole play-by-play. If you watch a few of those, you'll probably get the general gist of it. And then it's all about, figuring it out, how to make it work for yourself. Are you more aggressive? Are you more conservative? Do you like pullbacks? Do you like dips? Do you like breakouts? What's your style? Do you like swing trading? Maybe you like holding overnight. Everyone's different. It's so hard for me to kind of I just show you guys what I do, and then, hopefully you can make it work for yourselves. BGFV is just so aggressively selling back. Red to green move is when, like right now on DSS, if you check here on the bottom right candle, this is the daily chart. So this is a red candle. Now, if on intraday we went back up to 966 and then we broke here above 9 to 977. So basically the price goes all the way back here, breaks above VWAP. That would be a red to green move because now the candle is green on the day. We finally have a green candle. That's a red to green. It's sometimes a little confusing because percentage wise, DSS is up 30% on the day. But we're looking at the color of the candle. That's from red to green. Oh, you put your OCO. What do you mean by OCO? What do you mean? Like limit order? But yeah, I mean, I would love to make a video on it. I'm not totally sure what you mean by it. TA, try using smaller position size. Don't try to focus so much on making back your money. Focus more on getting consistently profitable with small size. That was basically my April and May. It was a shaky 2 months, but reducing position size really allowed me to take all the stress off the table, and that helped me to kind of get back in the game a little bit. Yeah, we post the watch list at like 8:45, and then at 9:15 we start the stream to review the watch list. Yeah, the template. Yeah, I could review that. The best way to really use, because I don't use this that much, but if you want to practice it, I would recommend using on demand, and just constantly practicing, because you could just do that on the weekend or whenever you want. But yeah, I'll look into making a possible video on OCO. I don't use it that much myself. I do use the bracket ones a bit more, the triggers with the brackets. Man, what a slow day. BGFV has such a ferocious sell-off already. DIS is trying to do 9-minute EMA breakout again. So low volume on this one. Yeah, so crack the VWAP that we were thinking about. I don't know, it looks like it's having a little bit of a curve here, trying to break the 9-minute EMA. This could be a nice little move. Maybe have a retest of VWAP. I would not be surprised. I would probably take some profits in this area. Let's move down the alert, see if we hit that area. Just selling off. And I probably won't even trade it until I see a nicer move. Something fits our bill a little bit more. Oh no, what happened, Heiko? I feel like every time you get quiet, I feel like you're in a trade. Which ticker? BGI. I feel like right now, this would be just like a total guessing game on BGFV and DSS if it's going to reverse. It could reverse, could also just keep pulling back for a while. Yeah, BGI. I wish I had more to say right now, but I'm not really doing anything myself either at the moment. BGFE is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red candles in a row. Red 5-minute candles. No worries, Venkata. I mean, everyone's got to start somewhere. If you're confused, just, ease off the gas a little bit. Just kind of watch, learn, watch the recap videos, study your past trades, think about what you could have done. Whew, BGI again, pull back. I guess it was a good thing you got stopped out or you just put a limit order because this thing pulled back even more. Ah, gotcha. Trying to sell. Yeah, it's really weird. This is a really, really slow day so far, guys. Wow, this is probably one of the slowest streams in terms of just general activity on the small caps. I was up 500 and then I put my sell order away. Yeah. I keep thinking that your stop, you're like, the spread is going to be much bigger, but I know you're using huge position size, so being up $500 for you is probably only like 2% or something like that. Yeah, man. Yeah, Corey, that's super true. Stock twits. Ronnie, stirring the pot a little bit. Possible bounce here on BGFV. %3 move so far, not too bad. I wonder if DSS is going to come back alive. To be honest, it looks really dead. Wow, DSS, there it goes. AIHS did have some opportunities. You just really had to buy the dips on it instead of the breakouts, I think. David, stop it. Oh. I think I'm officially spoiled after my 2 nice green days in a row. I feel like I need to trade or something, but honestly, sometimes it's just best not to trade. Sub dollar, kind of a backside of a move bounce here. Not too much volume. No catalyst. I don't know. I'm NVUS, not really hot about it. I'm not sure why this move happened. Just could have popped up. Some people traded it, and now it's going back down. I don't know. Wow, guys, really, really slow day. The great thing about day trading, though, is when it's a slow day like this, you don't have to trade. You can basically just stop whenever you want, which is really, really nice. There's not a lot of jobs in the world where you can just be like, you know what, I'm done today. Boom, done. Like, leave. That's pretty amazing. So I'm a pretty big fan of that whole setup. BGI red to green. Let's check it out. BGFV, I know I'm watching it on this screen. At no point was I really compelled to want to trade it. Yeah, SPCE is ripping, which is a little depressing, I got to say. I had a nice limit order at at space. And you guys probably remember that video. I closed that entry. We would have been up. We would have had this whole run. I even entered at like 16 and I got stomped out of this one. So depressing. This was my whole target. My whole target was to hit $19. It's so painful to watch that. This would have been perfect. Here, maybe I can add my trades. Let me see on my challenge account. Here it is. So we entered here on the break of 16, and then I got stopped out when we broke 16. I was like, okay, well, my breakout idea didn't work out, and, right idea, wrong timing. So painful, I gotta say. Yeah, it is what it is. Watch out, BGFV looks like it's about to dip. Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Missed that one. Nice, Hugo. Sweet, reaping the wards today. Nice stuff. I'm not sure what the news is on it. I think it's just a technical move. It's had good news this whole time. Sometimes I feel like these moves are just pure technical plays. I don't necessarily think there's anything different that happened. Yeah, there's no news on SPCE. Yeah, nice try, BGFV. Yeah, that's how I felt about it. That was probably one of the bigger bounces we've seen today on it, like 8-9%. Well, let's see if we get another trade. I'm just going to keep watching the markets. Maybe we will. Maybe it's something we'll start ripping. Maybe something's going to pop up on our scanners and we're going to jump on something. I'm going to give it probably another 30 minutes here, maybe a little bit less, but let's see what happens. Remember, after 10:30, I'm typically more or less done with trading. And then I'll always stick around if it's hot or just to trade a little bit longer with you guys. But 10:30 is really, a pretty big line in the sand. I've noticed a lot of direct offerings happen after 10:30. So it makes me extra weary to, trade. So I always use smaller position size pre-market and after 10:30. Unless there's a really hot move, And there's always the unless, but it's got to be huge breakout, over VWAP, trending higher, big volume. No, I mean, the SPX and NASDAQ, all that stuff isn't really moving too much at all. So it's just a normal day. Sometimes days aren't, don't have that much volume or activity. It's just, it's like some days there's waves, some days there's no waves. And you got to switch your activities depending. Yeah, Corey, it's trying, man. I don't know. That looked like a bit of a fake out though. I'm a little nervous. No follow through whatsoever. Nice, Spirit. It's good job avoiding the big loss. That's how I feel today. I think today is a loss for me as well. No, I'm up 80 cents, 84 cents. I thought I was red today. But yeah, ultimately, you know, I had quite a few losers today, and I think what I can't be that upset because what I did right was avoid big losers. Just like Spirit said, man, that's honestly a pretty big win on a day like today. Let's check out NKLA. Let's look at some tickers. And before we look at some tickers, guys, I have a bit of an announcement to make. Here's NKLA. Let's put it on the hourly daily chart. So quick news here. I want to let everyone know that Corey is becoming a mod today. His name's going to turn blue. He's going to be able to post some links. He's going to be able to silence anyone spamming. Corey's been here pretty much since the beginning. Corey, how long have you been here for? Quite a long time, I feel like. But anyway, we had a little chat, and heck yeah, he's going to join the team with Satoshi and Heiko, or South Florida Fishing Channel. If you guys don't know that, that's Heiko. By the way, South Florida Fishing Channel, that's my brother. So give Corey a big congratulations, man. Super happy to have you in the community. Always giving good feedback. I think you called out several tickers that I was able to jump on and have a green trade on. It's been a long time. Yeah, I was going through some old chats, like live streams, and it was I forgot the furthest I went back. Sometime in February, but I think it was even before then. I feel like I remember you from 2019, but I would have to double check. You probably know better than me. It's been a crazy run because, you know, we started off streaming with probably like 10 people in the chat room, and you and Satoshi were like some of the first. So really good stuff. He knows a lot what's going on here, guys. So definitely ask him any questions. Smart man. He'll get the job done. I just called you old. Well. The elders. You're now OG status. Pretty much. It means that you can go to Heiko's house and party whenever you want. Although, we'll have to see if Heiko's on board with that. Can he perma-ban us? That's a good question. I have no idea. Probably. I'm not sure. I don't know. I would have to look that up. Better watch out. Silence the message. You're tempting him. Yeah, let's check out NKLA here in a second. Okay, let's get back on here. Sorry, guys, I was doing some YouTubing. Googling. All right, nice. So now that we have kind of, pivoted a little bit here because, wow, such a slow trading day. If anything, it was a blessing, so we could take time to nominate Corey. So let's see here. NKLA. How do I feel about it? Well, I think we all knew that NKLA was going to fall off a cliff. I actually had a dip buy on NKLA. Why is it not showing up here? Let me think about this for a second. Doom. Was it the unlimited or challenge account? Was it the challenge account? Okay, so yeah, we actually had a little dip trade here on NKLA. And the reason we traded NKLA, even though on Thursday it came out with news that warrants were going to be exercised and this thing was going to fall off a cliff. We knew that, but we also knew that this thing tends to have nice bounces off of support. So pre-market, we bought a big dip here, actually into the close, and then we sold it pre-market as we did a retest. When support breaks with big volume, it's very, very common that there's a retest, and that's exactly what we did here on this trade. It wasn't like the biggest trade. It was just like 9%, 8% or so. Pretty smooth run. Right now, we also did a secondary V-test. So right here, a retest here. So BGI, let me quickly check out BGI. BGI is breaking higher, guys. We have to look at it, and we'll go back to NKLA in a second. Or I'll just... One second here. Yeah, so NKLA, are we going to be trading it? Well, the big thing about it is I don't like the fact that now warrants are exercised. I don't like the fact that it's had a huge run, and there's a really good chance that it might just continue to sell off. It's already selling off again today. To me, this retest here back to 60 is just another break of support and then retesting that to make sure there is support. Some positives though on NKLA is the fact that it has big volume here, big buying volume. I never like when there's increase in selling volume, but this big buying volume is a fairly bullish sign. So I would probably see if we hold the highs here, but I think if we break 50, if NKLA breaks 50, we're going to be seeing this in the 30s, in the 40s soon or something like that. So I'm going to be pretty cautious on NKLA. It's had a tremendous run so far from about $10, basically 10x run. And oftentimes at 10x is when you start seeing the bigger pullback. So I don't know if we're going to be trading NKLA or investing in it or swing trading it. I think for now, it had its hype, it's had its big run, and I would probably look for other things to swing trade. I could be totally wrong. If this thing starts breaking back above 60, it might be back into play. But you know, honestly, this huge $93 area, I don't really see it being there anytime soon. So let's definitely put an alert here, see if we break over 60. And then I'll see here alert if we break below 50. But I think we might channel here a little bit between 50 and 60. We'll see what happens. If it does have a breakout of 60, I would probably buy a pullback back to 60 and look to see if there's a continuation. And if there's no continuation, then I would sell it for either a loss or take some profits early. Otherwise, I'm not sure if I would trade this. Man, I was really close to possibly buying BGI, but if we bought the quick dip here, we could have made a quick little 2% trade on it for sure. Yeah, Steven, I feel the same way. Yeah, WKHS. Similar story. Big cracks in resistance here. Did have a solid bounce here off of 14 and then had a secondary bounce on this one. So I do like that fact alone. Let's quickly go here to the hourly chart. 14 is definitely an interesting spot. So I think if we break WKHS, if we break 14 on this one, we'll probably see something in the 12s pretty soon right after there. After 12s, we might see a retest of the 180 day. But after that, I think it might go down here pretty quickly. I don't really see me trading WKHS. It looks like some of the EV stocks, electric vehicle stocks, you know, they had their hype run of several months, including Tesla. I mean, Tesla is kind of part of it as well. It had a huge parabolic run. It could go higher. It's not necessarily that the run is over, but even Elon Musk said the stock was overextended. I mean, like, I wouldn't really say the company is that much different than it was in March. And at March, you could have bought it for $400. So now you have to add extra $1,000 to the price tag for pretty much the same company. I don't know. That to me, that's totally overextended, and I don't really see why I would want to do a swing trade on that. Now, these things oftentimes do keep shooting up because you'll have a bunch of shorts. A lot of big short players were on Tesla, and you know this could have just been a giant short squeeze. So now that the short squeeze may be over, maybe it really will start falling down. I don't know. I still am not going to short it or anything like that, but. No, Elon doesn't think Corona is a hoax, but he does not believe. I mean, I don't want to be like falsely quoted on this one, but I think he wants to keep his factories open because he believes if you have certain health standards and whatnot, it will be fine. He also has a huge economic incentive to keep the factories open. So I don't know. I don't really blame him for wanting to keep the factories open. I think you could do it right. I mean, Elon also doesn't want his workers getting sick and being out of work. So I don't think he's just going to send his workforce into a horrible working environment. It's not like you can probably replace these workers too quickly. I think it's a pretty high skilled job. So I don't know. He's a smart guy. I don't think he's just blatantly wants to do something that's bad for his company. But yeah, fair enough. I mean, Hugo, Corey, yeah, that's true. Wow, guys, BGFV has basically stopped moving entirely. DSS, let's go back to this one. Trying to kind of weasel its way on out of here again, but could get shut down any moment. There's always these okay bounces from time to time. Did you find a new wife? 1 second here. Didn't turn it off. Oh, looks like the NASDAQ is officially red, or 0%. Also gave back quite a bit of its profits. You know, we could, before we wrap up here, let's see if we can do some playing around here on on-demand trading, just for some giggles. Let's use a stock that was moving earlier this week. So right now it's June. Oh, that's not true. It's July. So yesterday, the 7th, go at 9:35. So the market just opened up here. I think FTEK was a hot stock. Okay, so let's see if we can do here an OTC single, OCO. Okay, so let's say we want to buy here at, let's do 1,000 to keep it simple. This will automatically be a link trade. And let's turn auto send off. So let's move that up here. So it would create the stop. And this would be in market order. I'm not a big fan of market order, so that's why I wouldn't even do this one in the first place. What I would probably be doing is the trig with brackets. And this triggers a limit. And then you also have these stop. But let's go ahead and do the OCO first. So let's place this order. And okay, there we did a little entry there. Now let's start the market again. So, wait, hold on. Let's pause the market. I think I messed this up. So this should have put the OTC. So it looks like, hold on, let me go ahead and start it again. Do we have this stop in place? I should probably use this a ticker that's a little bit easier or with a lower spread. Let me go ahead and do one more buy entry here. Both of these are to open. So it looks like once the price moves higher, okay, that's why. I was reading this wrong. So it looks like, okay, so we have a limit order to buy here. Let's see what happens when the price rips now through 133. If you guys remember, it rips through this at one point. So I think either I buy here or it rips through it. But if it rips through this, my buy order will disappear. So I think, yeah, OCO, I was a little confused about that because I'm so used to using the triggers, which basically has a stop profit and a stop loss. So So let's just give this one a little bit longer here because I think it will break past 1.3. So let's see what happens to this stop. I think this stop will remove this trade overall. You can see the 130 getting chipped away. Okay, so here we go. Bought at 133. So actually what happened is we bought the breakout. Okay, so that's an interesting thing about how this one works. So the OCO, either you buy down here on maybe a pullback or it breaks higher. To be honest, OCO is not something I really use. I always use the bracket one. To me, this one I'm the most comfortable with because I don't know, it sets the stops and it sets the sell. I don't really like the fact that there's two buy orders. It kind of freaks me out again. So let's do this again here. Let's say we want to buy at 135. Let's see what happens. So if it goes down, let's move this one up a little bit. I'm kind of curious to see what happens if this gets executed. Or no. Okay, so yeah, we just bought at 135. So yeah, that's pretty much how it works. I hope that makes sense for you guys. So it looks like, you know, either I buy the dip or I buy the breakout. That's kind of what it seems like the OCO is. And sometimes you have to watch out with pre-market. There's oftentimes a bit more rules. You have to make sure the time of force is good to cancel. So yeah, I don't know. Do you guys use OCO? Is that something that anyone else uses here? I'm just gonna go ahead and close this. And boom, that's one way to make 300 bucks. Unfortunately, it's the on-demand account. So let's go back here. And then let's go back to the tickers we're watching. How come in Phoenix is a horrible time to get involved in real estate right now, or just in general? And is it because just the overall market is already really high, or something else? Market's crazy hot. Gotcha. Lack of inventory and tons of buyers. Oh my lord, that does sound like a mess. All right, guys, I think we're gonna wrap up here. It really doesn't look like anything's flying, and maybe at one point we will get a turnaround story, but so far BGFV, DSS, BGI, all of our 3 lead gappers on the day are selling off. It's just one of those days. There were some opportunities today. BGI was probably the biggest one, and then pre-market was pretty hot, but you had to be quick because pre-market already by like 8:30, 8:45 was over. Then it started selling off again. So you got to be quick when you see a hot stock moving in the right direction. Otherwise, you miss it. And then you have FOMO, and then you enter stock later when you shouldn't be entering it, and then you get smashed. So. Woo, home gets over 40 offers in a day. Yikes, that is ridiculous. Actually, I'm going to quickly... never mind. PHX, let me pull it up here. Is that a joke or what's going on here? PHX airport. Yeah, sorry. Every time I see capital letters, I'm like, ticker. No, it's all good. Yeah, the taxes in California are really just no joke. Kind of like New York City, you got the state and the muni taxes, so you're just getting whacked from all fronts. Bah, bah, bah. That's why you live in Florida with 0% state taxes. It's a beautiful place. All right, guys, let's wrap it up here. If you guys want to keep chatting, don't forget there is a Discord chat room. So you can get access to that in the video description below. The first link, /connect, has all the goodies you guys could ever want. I will see you guys first thing tomorrow, and I'll see you guys as well in the recap video. That's right, Dex. You let them know. Hit the like button on your way out, guys, if you haven't done so already. I know today wasn't the hottest day, but still every day is learning opportunity, and it's good fun when you guys are here as well. Plus, smash that like button for Corey, our new mod. We can keep chatting. Yeah, the Discord's a little quiet though, but I think, as more people come in, it will get a bit more active. I don't really advertise it too much, but I do check it every morning. So if there's any questions lingering, I always answer them. All right, guys, take care, stay safe, make some awesome trades. I will see you guys later. Usually I lose everyone. BGFV might be pulling up. All right, I gotta stop this stream. What am I doing here? See you guys.